Hi, teacups. Welcome to the Liv.Nickii channel.
I'm Liv,
And I'm Nikki.
and today we'll be discussing the Real Housewives of Atlanta storming out.
Yes.
So, basically, in this episode, they get together relief for Hurricane Harvey, which was really nice that they decided
Yeah.
to do something for it on the show. Since in Portia's
Yeah. It
words,
was really nice to see like everyone had a connection that we didn't know about to the area, which was really cool.
yeah, that was interesting. I didn't know Cynthia had so many ties
Mhm.
there, like with Noelle
Right.
being born there and she lived there for a
Right.
little bit or whatnot, and her sister was there for over
Yeah.
20 something years. So,
Right.
yeah, that was very, very, very interesting. So basically, Portia's family's charity put together a couple events for her to attend and for her to, be charitable. And basically, she's just like, I want to keep my grandpa's name alive. Like, this is what he was about.
Right.
Which was also really good to see, her like doing something because I feel like that's kind of what brought her on this show to begin with. And to see,
Definitely.
yeah,
Yeah.
and to see her like actually getting involved with these kind of things and going back to like, her roots basically, was
Right.
nice.
Yeah. And I wish that the other girls had actually chosen to participate instead of making it, like a petty situation. She's really just trying to do good for the people of that area.
Yeah, that's how I feel too. A lot of like the little side comments, like nobody would show up for you, Portia, and like they're not. It's not about showing up for Portia. It's about showing up for these people who are literally in devastation.
Exactly.
But Shamia showed up.
Right? Shamia was there and ready to go and to get her hands dirty.
Yeah, apparently. Um, but yeah, that was really nice. Even though they're like not on good terms, she put all of her qualms aside and was able to show up A for her friend and B for the
Mhm.
people of Houston. So that was really great to see that they could, come together for that.
Right.
So
Yes. If anybody
Cynthia,
has any real beef with Portia, it would be Shamia, but she put it to the side and still came.
yeah, exactly. And that's what it's about. It's about supporting the people of Houston and just, put worry about your beef and your drama back in Atlanta. Okay.
Yeah.
So Cynthia and Mal came along as well, and they went out to support Portia at her event on Friday. And it looked like
Mhm.
they were like bagging up groceries and like things that people needed, that they obviously lost. Just
Right.
things for everyday life, deodorant,
Right.
feminine products, diapers, baby wipes,
Yeah.
and things. So,
Yeah. Things
um,
that we take for granted.
yeah, exactly. Things we don't even really think about. We just know that we use them and
Hmm.
we need them. Um,
Yes.
so what else went down? So Cynthia, basically, she ended up not showing up to Portia's, was it the Saturday event?
Right. So Cynthia had an event on Friday that
Mm-hmm.
Portia attended. And
Mm-hmm.
then Portia's event, I believe, was at 12 o'clock on Saturday.
Yeah.
But there was a special guest that arrived in Houston.
Yep. So Kenya ended up showing up just randomly out the blue. I guess she also
Right.
has ties to Houston. I'm
Right.
like, do
And
I need to move?
apparently had decided to set up an event at 11 p.m., an hour before Portia started.
Yeah, at 11 a.m. with Habitat for Humanity. So I guess they were gonna
Right.
basically gut somebody's house so that they can rebuild the inside and move in a lot quicker, which was really nice. But at the same time, it's
Right.
like, I don't know. I feel like they would have been more powerful, like as a unit, rather than like
collective group.
separated, you
Hmm.
know?
Right. Yeah, because the thing about it was Kenya was saying she wasn't gonna come to Houston at all. And
Mm-hmm.
so it was like a last minute thing. She literally threw this event together.
Yeah,
And then to put it so close to the time that Portia was doing her thing, like it made it completely shady.
I know. It really was. And then Cynthia obviously had to choose, and she chose her best friend, which, I
Right.
mean, I think was completely out of line because she had already told Portia like the day before and the days leading up to that I'm going to come to your, because Saturday was her big event. The one that she did
Right.
Friday when they landed, that was just something just to basically show face, give people what they need
Right.
and get out. It wasn't like this big, huge event that was going down where they were giving thousands of dollars to people and things like that. So, I mean, I just think I could not believe Cynthia. I mean, I could because that's just how she is. She's wish washy. She goes whichever way the wind is
Exactly.
blowing.
Yeah.
But it was like, really? Come on. This is like
Yeah.
not cool.
Especially since Portia had supported her just the night before.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like Portia was coming from a better place, and I feel like her event was getting down really to the nitty gritty. Like she was with the people, she was giving them the supplies that they needed, she was feeding them. To me, it was the most important event. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
Kenya helped one home, but Portia helped hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people.
Yeah, she did. I think she said they fed like 2,000 people, which was
Yeah.
amazing, you know?
Right.
And
Yeah,
she
definitely.
did, she did have like a couple hiccups in the event, and I felt so bad for her because she was crying because they were running out of food,
Right. Right.
because a lot more people showed up than what was expected, which is, I guess, kind of to be expected. I mean, you're giving away
Right.
things that people are in need of desperately down
They
there.
need. Yeah.
But I liked
Yeah.
how she was able to pull it all together, get her stuff back. The company brought more food, which was fantastic, and everybody left there with a plate of food.
Right. Which was awesome. I mean, I really applaud her because that's a lot of people to feed.
Yeah, exactly. So then, Portia, before all this, she ended up sending Shamia down um, to help Kenya on her behalf, since she obviously couldn't make it because she had her event an hour later.
Right.
So she sent
Right.
Shamia down there, and Shamia was like ready. Shamia came to Houston just
Right.
like, I'm here to do whatever you need me to do. I just want to be of
Right.
service. So,
Right. Which is beautiful.
I know, which is just shows like her spirit. She seems like a cool ass chick. So, hey,
Yeah.
hey, girl.
Exactly.
um, so she ends up calling Kenya, and just to try to find out where exactly they were. I think she knew what sounded like she
Right.
knew what street they were on. She just didn't know like what house they
Right.
were and like where
Right.
are you in the backyard? Are you in the front yard? Like where are you?
Right. Yeah.
And then how would you say Kenya responded to her?
She basically didn't. She was like, girl, bye. Find your own way. We're inside the house working. Holler
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, I know. That was so rude. Like, girl, we're
She
knocking
was
down some drywall. We
extremely
don't have
rude.
time. We're trying to get some people in their house. Bye.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
When
like,
Shamia could have been an extra hand helping her out. Like, I think she was missing the point.
yeah, apparently. I don't know. I don't know what happened to her, but she was straight up
Yeah.
rude. And then
Yeah.
when Shamia finally
Yeah.
got there, she was basically like, you're on trash duty. Just pick up a trash.
I know. Right? She was so shady with it. And she's like, and then we'll all get back to the drywall. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna get to the real work. Just pick up
Right.
the trash, okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is, I mean, whatever. Shamia seemed totally fine with it. She's like, whatever. I'm helping. It needs to be done.
Right.
Once again, just paint her with a
Exactly.
good spirit.
Just rolling with the punches. Yep.
Yeah. So Kenya was basically like that. It seemed like the whole time they were in the house, she was just bossy, just straight up
Yes.
rude.
Yes. I would not want to work for Kenya. I'm with Cynthia. Like, no.
Yeah,
You
I mean,
can't
you
be my
never know
boss.
what Kenya you're gonna get, as Shamia put it.
Right.
She might be nice one day, and then the next day it's gonna be like,
Right.
bitch,
I have
go
a
pick up the
feeling this is
trash.
what she's like anytime she's working. Yeah, exactly.
Disgusting. So, so basically, they all finish with their events, and then they all meet up at a restaurant after the fact, to kind of get together and, you know, talk about their day and, like, you know, who they helped and the people they met and things like that, which was really cool. Shamia happens to bring up that she felt that Kenya was very dismissive towards her, which obviously she was.
Yeah.
That's like, there's no
Clearly.
there's no if, and, or
No.
but about that, because we all saw it. It was on camera.
Exactly.
So one of the girls, I can't remember who, was it Cynthia or Portia, said you should bring it up to her.
Right. It was Cynthia. Cynthia said you should just talk to her.
Yeah, and then come to find out, Mal said she wasn't that nice to them either.
Right, which we could see. They couldn't even take a water break.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
No, we can take a water break later. Let's get this drywall down.
Right.
Girl, it's water. It takes you
right.
1 second to take a sip.
Yes.
And it's hot in Houston.
Right. And you're inside a house and you're dealing with that insulation. You need some water.
Exactly. So I really found that interesting that she was even rude to them. Cynthia and Mal.
Yeah, she was in a bad mood this entire episode. I don't know what was going on with her, but her whole attitude was funky. Even when she walked into the restaurant, we could see that her attitude was funky. She wasn't even being nice to the servers.
I know. Yeah, that's true. So coming to that, she like basically walks in and she like goes up to the counter and she's like, I want some chicken.
And do y'all have a lighter portion? Like, girl, you in Texas. They don't do small in Texas. Okay?
No, there's no lighter portion. You mean you want the white meat?
All the dog meat, honey. Yeah.
But anyway, she got no meat because that kitchen was closed.
Right. Yes. They was like, girl, bye.
Exactly.
You can have some water.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't even serve her any beer or wine, and she's basically like already complaining, like, what kind of restaurant did you bring me to?
Right. Yeah, rude.
God.
You should have stayed at home or in your hotel, boo.
Yeah, or just stayed working on that drywall, you know.
Right? Basically, she can go back to that house.
Yeah. So, so Shamia ends up bringing up how she feels to Kenya. And Kenya, once again, is being very dismissive. She's like, okay, so what are you trying to say exactly? We were there to work, so I'm not here for that.
Right. Yeah, and you were there for like 5 seconds.
Exactly. And then she gets in trouble with her boss, Portia.
Yeah.
That was so
and Portia's like, hold up, because I sent you from my event to be at that event. So where were you at? Okay.
And she was like, Massa. I was working. Oh, she had me dying. Yeah. But yeah, so I don't know. Her attitude was just basically stank at the dinner too. And and so they kind of keep going around like in this circle, and then all of a sudden Cynthia is like, Shamia, just say what you need to say. Like, let's be done with it. And then literally she starts talking and Kenya gets up and walks away.
Yeah. She don't got time for it. She don't want to hear it because, you know, Shamia's got too many facts. She's actually making sense. Mm-hmm. And Kenya does not want to accept accountability for being mean that day.
Yeah, exactly. So then everybody's at the table like, what? Where?
Like, what just happened?
Where'd she go? What? So then,
Right.
the cameras like follow her back to like the bathroom, and then we see she's talking to like a producer or something, right? And
yes, she is.
And she's basically like saying how like she's talking about them stupid bitches. They're stupid as fuck. And she's losing it basically in the bathroom. Like she's trashing the women.
She's like, and she's emphasizing that it's all the girls at the table that she don't care about. It's all of them.
Yeah, it's all of them.
Including
it's not
Miss
her.
Bailey, including Mel, like everybody.
Yeah. And she's like, this is why Mark doesn't even want me on the show, is because all these women, I feel like I'm being attacked, and he sees me being attacked, and I'm like, girl, then don't be on the show. Okay?
Girl, I think she might be on her way out because she is constantly concerned about how her husband views her on this show.
I know.
She's trying to fit a mold. I think she's scared to lose him, and that is her only concern.
Yeah.
She might need to just go and be married.
But that's no way to live.
Girl. You know? I mean, he knows who you are. It's on record. It's been on record for years.
Yeah. Like, why are you so worried about losing this man? You just got him.
Yes. Girl. Obviously, he must be giving her something behind the scenes where he's saying to her, listen, you need to change. This is not an appropriate way for a wife to act.
Something. Or I don't even know. I mean, we don't know him, so we don't know what he's telling her. I don't know if this is how she thinks she's supposed to act as a wife because she's been one. But girl, you need to get it together. What happened to the like Kenya? She's turned into Portia Stewart.
Girl, she is turning into Portia Stewart, being like controlled in a controlling relationship where she can't do things. Honey, that is not the way to go.
Nope. So, so basically, I think they try to calm her down. She's like flipping the camera off and doing this and that. And then I can't remember how, does she come back to the table for a minute?
No, she walks right out of the restaurant and goes straight into the car. Mm-hmm. And that's when Cynthia's like, okay. Because basically she didn't even get a goodbye. Yeah. And tries to go talk to Kenya, but Kenya will not even roll down the window for Cynthia.
Which is insane. She's like, this is not the moment. And exactly. You could tell Cynthia was and like, bye. WTF. Like, what just happened? Right? Like, she was even disrespectful.
She's even being nasty to her best friend.
Exactly. So disrespectful. Not rolling down the window, and then you roll it down like this much, and then she's like, Kenya, come back in. And then she rolls it back up in her face.
Right, and drives off, honey. No respect.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yes.
So, I don't know. I'm feeling some kind of way about her right now, so.
Oh, that's for sure. And we're only halfway through the season, people, so wow.
Yeah. So, moving on, Tyrone was calling
Sheree.
Yeah, Sheree. I was like, who is he calling again? Nene?
Right. He was calling Chunky.
Right? Yeah, that's exactly who he was calling. He was calling her so she could feed Chunky.
Right? Yeah, Chunky's got to be fed.
I'm sorry. I was like so grossed out by that. I was like, ew.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, you don't want your man who's in prison for 10 to 20 years to have a booty fetish. Okay?
I didn't even think about it
that
like that.
That is not the tea.
Oh, yeah. That is kind of weird. But, oof, yeah. Well, hey, it's only natural.
Right? Yeah. What can you do?
He's He's a product of his environment.
That's right.
So it sounds like Tyrone's eating really good on Fridays in the prison. He's eating fish.
Right.
I had fish last night as well. I was like, shoot, let me eat like they do in the prison now on Friday.
Right.
Pick up a piece of salmon.
That's right.
But anyways, he's talking about how him and NeNe, he doesn't really specifically say like if they were together, but he says basically like she was trying to holler at him when she was on the set of Apprentice.
Right. Oh, okay. See, I didn't catch that. Oh,
yeah.
Interesting.
And he was going back and forth. She wanted him to like come out to New Jersey or wherever, New York, wherever I guess they were filming The Apprentice. She wanted him to keep like coming back and forth. Right. And then what the real question is though is, was that the time when her and Greg were not together? Like I
think so.
It was. Okay. That's kind of what I was thinking, because that's when she was kind of nasty, the Trump checks and all that stuff. So,
yeah, exactly.
Interesting. So we'll see what plays out with that storyline. I guess we kind of already know that they had a thing going on and played out on Twitter.
Yes. Yeah, so make sure you guys go check out our IG at Liv.Nickii, because we have some details on there for you.
We sure do. We spill all the tea, so be sure to follow us on there. And one more thing I wanted to bring up was that Kandi and Riley went driving, and then Block ended up calling.
Right. Yeah, this is sort of this is a moment.
It is. I felt so sad for her. She literally went into the house, they closed the door, and she broke down, like literally crying.
Yeah, she was bawling.
And then Kandi was saying, basically, like, she kind of likes to be forewarned, like if she's going to have a conversation or like a meeting with her dad, because it's still awkward.
Right. She wants to be mentally prepared, which is totally understandable.
Yeah.
I mean, she's definitely deserving of that. I think, like, going forward, I feel like maybe her conversations with her father don't need to be put on camera, because then she's put on the spot. And while she looks very mature and is very mature, she's still a young girl.
No.
So that's a really important relationship for her, and I hope that it actually works. But, yeah, I think they need a little more privacy, and he needs to respect that.
Yeah, I agree. But I mean, I really like how he seems on board to go to counseling altogether and just to build a relationship with his daughter, which, I mean, it seems genuine to me. I don't see why he would have to be otherwise, because we've seen him otherwise. So, I don't know. I wish Riley and Kandi and Block all the best. And I hope that, they could be like father and daughter.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a chance there. He's got some time.
Yeah, he does. So on tomorrow's episode, it looks like we have Eva in the picture. Finally.
Oh, enter Eva, whom I love. Yes, I cannot wait. And she comes full blast. So let's go.
She sure does. She's talking about Mark having a girlfriend and being literally 5150. Crazy.
Will having a girlfriend.
Yeah, who did I say?
Mark. If Mark has a girlfriend, we will.
These men come in and out. Next time I'll be calling him Peter. I don't know.
Right?
But yeah, Will. So Cynthia's boo.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see what happens with that episode. Kim is also back on this episode, and she's with Portia, and she still thinks that Kenya's pretending, and it's starting to affect her. The pretending, it gets to you. It's like lying. It's like you start to believe your own lies, and then you're stressed because you don't know what lies you told people.
Right? Yeah.
So,
It's a hard life.
yeah, it's a hard life for her. So if you liked this video and you'd like to see more, don't forget to subscribe and give us a thumbs up, and also comment if you have any extra tea that we did not get to spill tonight. Don't forget to follow us also on Instagram. We are at liv.nickii. We post every day, so we will be sure to keep you up on that tea. And we look forward to seeing you next week.